Hey guys, welcome back to CLOWNFISH TV. This is Kneon. We're going to dip back in on anime censorship, manga censorship, video games getting banned, and all of that nonsense. But we actually have some good news. A game that was mysteriously banned from Steam is now back on Steam. So I guess we have a small victory, right? Before we get into it, check out our mini crowdfunder for a CLOWNFISH TV enamel pin. You can go to shopclownfish.com. You've got 8 days, I guess, to get one of these. When they're gone, they're gone. We're going to do a very limited run. We appreciate the support so far, guys. Thank you so much. It helps support the channel. And let's talk about this. So Bokuten, Why I Became an Angel, was removed from Steam a week or so ago. We're going to talk about that. It's back. It's back, and we're going to talk about what happened, and we're also going to talk about some other censorship issues in anime and manga. And, you know, just it does seem like there is a concerted effort behind the scenes, maybe it's Sele, to shut down anime and manga, to, you know, get people to pull down light novels, pull down problematic manga. And again, you know, it starts with the more extreme stuff, you'd think, but now there are calls for, you know, at least from Australia, to ban Sword Art Online, Goblin Slayer, and I understand there are some scenes in those anime that are potentially problematic. No Game, No Life, you know, I'm still trying to figure that one out. There's a little bit of underlying creepiness, but I never thought it was really that bad. But there are more and more politicians who are like, we need to ban the mangas and the animes because the manga's creating offenders. You know, they're literally going to harm children because of anime and manga, right? And Japan's concerned about it. You know, we've talked about this at length before. Japanese creators are very concerned because they're like, the West is basically trying to dictate what we can create. And we've got, you know, people over in Australia trying to ban any manga or light novels that they deem offensive. So yeah, there's a reason to be concerned, because it always starts with the more extreme stuff and then it moves inward, and eventually, you know, we've got a Florida politician calling for Dragon Ball Z to be banned. I mean, what the actual hell? But Bokuten is back. Now, I covered this the other day, and I want to give, before I get into it, I want to give a shout out to Black Sage D. If you are not following him on Twitter, you should do so. Very smart guy. He has been following the censorship of anime, manga, and video games for quite a while. He knows what is up. He does every once in a while send me some DMs about what is up, and I appreciate that, and he's definitely worth a follow. He's got a YouTube channel too. Go sub to that. So let's backpedal a little bit and talk about what happened here. And we did cover this. A few days ago. Steam banned the adult visual novel after release, raising censorship fears. And this was on the Daily Dot, right? The Daily Dot's a pretty far left website, and they were basically like, why are they banning this? Because there are two sides of the story. Manga Gamer, the developer, said that there was an all ages version released on Steam. It did not have any lewdness, and people said that Steam took issue with it because the lewdness was there, but a patch would uncover the lewds. They said, no, that's not the case. You have to download the patch from our website. This is what the update was. And I had some people chime in the comments and say, no, they broke Steam's terms of service. They listed this product as being lewd free for all ages, and it was not. But there are two sides to this story, but it does seem that they reached an agreement. So on July 31st, according to the Daily Dot, when reached for comment, Manga Gamer's PR director told the Daily Dot the publisher received an email from Steam several hours after Bokuten was removed. The representative with Steam responsible for the ban claimed Manga Gamer had added sexual content to the game that would not have passed our content review process. They refuted the claim by stressing that no material was added to the game since the release of December 19th, 2019. So the game was out there for months. After contacting Valve for comment, Valve's vice president of marketing said Bokuten was removed after discovering an external patch that activated adult scenes with underage characters. In our initial content review, we missed content hidden in the game's depot that features adult content with underage characters. While not accessible in the game itself without an externally acquired patch, we were distributing that content through Steam, therefore the game would not have passed our content review. Oopsie doopsie, we missed it. We've notified the developer and improved our content review process to avoid it in the future. Well, somebody had to have flagged it. I mean, that's all I can say is somebody had to have flagged it. And we see this, I mean, they were flagging Hatsune Miku figures on Amazon that were not lewd at all. And they were, you know, so somebody's out there, I think, going around trying to flag all the problematic graphic novels and light novels, manga, video games, etc. I think there's probably groups of people out there trying to flag this content, right? So Pickett from Manga Gamer called their statement incorrect. They said Bokuten's adult material must be added externally, which he compared to downloading an adult Skyrim mod. We took painstaking care to ensure there was no adult content in the All Ages edition distributed on Steam and Discord. There's mature content befitting a mature title, but there's no adult content in the build provided by Steam. Our company does offer an adult patch, and adult content is contained in the patch, available solely on our own website and our servers. So they were trying to work it out, and apparently they did work it out. Now, I had people in the comments before when I talked about this being like, no, they knew what they were doing, they got caught, yada yada. That does not seem to be the case. Anyway, they did release this statement, so I'm not sure what exactly is going on here, but the game is back on Steam. This is from Manga Gamer's blog. As some of you may already be aware, on July 28th, Valve suddenly removed Bokuten, Why I Became an Angel from the Steam storefront for false, invalid reasons. False, invalid reasons. However, thanks to the support this title received from fans in the community, Valve was willing to meet with us and discuss the matter. Bad press, everybody. Bad press. They got a lot of bad press, even from the Daily Dot. And it sounds like Valve had to backpedal. After further investigation from both sides, a valid issue with the previous Steam build of Bokuten was discovered and corrected, so now the title is back on Steam for everyone to enjoy. So is it possible they did accidentally leave some lewd stuff in there? I don't know. So to thank you all for your support and to celebrate the return of Bokuten to Steam, we're putting the title on sale for 50% off. Manga Gamer customers can get their copy at a discount right now. So there you go, guys. You can go Steam, you can get for half price. It is back. I think we're going to see more of this, though. I do. I think this is just the tip of the iceberg. Because, people think we're being alarmist. But and I kind of blew it off at first. We had people come to us 2 years back that worked in the anime industry, and they said there's a war on anime coming because Hollywood is involved now. Hollywood is looking at anime, and we've got China involved. Tencent is looking at anime and manga, but they don't want the Japanese sensibilities, I guess, the Japanese freedom of expression. They're going to try to westernize a lot of this content, or keep it in line with Chinese censorship. But there is precedent. Amazon delisted a whole bunch of manga and light novels for inappropriate content, books that had been out there for years. There was no notice, and this all came about when Australian legislators went on their banning spree. There seems to be one Omega Karen in Australia that is responsible for knocking over the dominoes. Maybe she's not responsible directly, but she definitely pushed over that first domino, in my opinion. So Australian store removes popular manga following complaint over kiddie stuff. And again, we've got Eromanga Sensei, which, okay, I'll give you that one. I don't understand, why can't you just put it in a plastic bag, wrap it or something like they used to do at the Penthouse comics? I don't understand. Why do we have to ban it completely? Sword Art Online, which is very mainstream, Goblin Slayer, No Game, No Life. And these are the same ones that these Karens in Australia had a problem with. Again, I don't understand why they have to disappear. And a lot of the stuff I don't read. I don't read a lot of these titles. I'm definitely not into lolly stuff. But I'm just saying, what is going on here is that characters that are not actually underage, that look underage because of the art style, are being targeted. We see it on Patreon too. If you draw characters, this girl could, be meant, I mean, she's not, but I'm saying that, this could be a 19-year-old drawn like this, and they would be like, oh, she's underage, and it's a huge problem on Patreon now too. So yeah, there absolutely is an attack on the anime art style, and it's kind of on all fronts: anime, manga, video games. Some other censorship news coming from Bounding into Comics. The Fairy Tail RPG has been censored with a day one update. There's a patch released which removes visible panty shots from the game Fairy Tail less than 2 days after its release. So there we go, guys. There's no panty shots in Fairy Tail now. They patched it. They patched away the lewds. Now, this isn't really anything new. I mean, they've been censoring anime over here and games over here since the 80s and 90s. It's just weird that we're kind of going backwards. Like, everybody used to joke about how censor happy Nintendo was. Now the Switch versions of these games tend to be the least censored. Sony has gone on a censorship spree lately. I mean, my God, Final Fantasy VIII, a 20-plus-year-old RPG, they had to go back in and cover up some of their female characters and summons just because by modern sensibilities, it would be too lewd. Too lewd to show cleavage on Renoa, too lewd to show what could, I guess, be described as a muff on the Siren summon, even though I don't think it was. But better be safe than sorry, right? This was kind of interesting, too. I'm just going to throw it in here because I don't know where else to put it. It doesn't warrant its own video, but Disney basically got anime streaming services shut down in Delhi. Delhi High Court bans illegal streaming websites in India because of Disney. If you're someone who streams anime for free through torrents and websites in India, I have some bad news for you. Anime is banned in India. Well, to be more precise, the websites used for streaming of anime for free have been banned. Well, I mean, if it's illegal, it's illegal, right? The sudden anime ban is a result of Disney Enterprises and others filing a plea in the Delhi High Court stating that their creative work is being distributed without first obtaining the requisite licenses. Well, Disney's actually going to push into India more. They've got their streaming services they're pushing more. I think they didn't really care a whole lot until they actually had business to lose. The case was between Disney Enterprises versus Kim Cartoon and Oars, and the whole dispute was over the legal distribution of creative works over which plaintiffs, Disney, and other companies incorporated in different parts of the U.S. They have copyrights. The demand of the plaintiff was that they need to be protected. Basically, they're complaining that this is the only way to get a lot of anime in India because India doesn't have a lot of legit streaming sites for anime, which is unfortunate. It really is unfortunate. But I know why Disney's doing it. They're going to push into overseas markets, and they don't want to lose any money. Mickey needs all the cheddar he can get right now. They lost $5 billion. $5 billion this quarter. So I'm going to wrap this one up. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, and we'll be back later. Hey guys, thanks for watching Clownfish TV. Please consider supporting the channel. Go to clownfishsupport.com. That's clownfishsupport.com. And if you want to join our community, go to clownfishtalk.com. That's clownfishtalk.com. Please subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. We will talk to you next time.